I'm sorry, guys, but Google is always going to find a way to track people's location. They have to. They have no choice. Um, Google is actually a pretty fragile company, even though they are one of the most wealthy and powerful companies as of right now. Their foundation is really fragile when it gets right down to it, and location for them is everything. The vast majority of Google's money comes in from advertising. Advertising all over the world for every single business that's out there, and you do have big national companies that are out there that spend money all over in different countries, but you have millions and millions and millions of small businesses that are out there that are trying to do advertising on more of a local level. So Google has to know people's locations. Lately in the news, there's been controversy in terms of like, in order for Google not to track you and track your location, like you got to manually turn the setting off, and it's an advanced setting, and it's hard to find it. And even when you turn the setting off, they still have ways of tracking your location. And for Google, it has to be that way, because if Google's not, nowadays with so many people accessing the internet from their cell phone versus a regular computer, I think the latest ComScore number was 70% of people access the internet from a cell phone and 30% from a desktop computer. So cell phone location is everything. Like when you're on the internet on your cell phone, Google has to know your location, because otherwise their advertising is going to be worthless to local businesses. If Google can't track the location of somebody using their cell phone and going on the internet, and you have a business like, let's say, out in Appleton, Wisconsin, and they're getting phone calls from somebody out in Miami because Google can't track the location, it's going to be worthless to that Wisconsin business if somebody is out in Florida. So they have to do it. Like they have to be able to track the location. I mean, it's one of those things where I'm partnered with Google. I work with Google. Google helps make my company run, helps provide for my family. I would like it if people actually did have the ability to be able to block Google from tracking their location if they really wanted to. But Google's going to make it next to impossible, because if you use basically, like, you would have to turn off your location settings in the advanced setting mode in every single Google related app that you use, not just Google search, but your Gmail, Google Maps, Google's Pay app, where you can pay through, I think it's Google Wallet. I could be wrong there. But pretty much every Google app that's out there that's connected to your phone, you have to turn it off in every single one of them. And in some situations, there's even some apps that are out there where there's like two different places that you got to turn off the location settings in two different spots to make it even harder and more confusing to turn this off. So it's paramount to Google's business. Like they have to do it. And if you saw a swarm of tons and tons of people in the mainstream consumers figure out how to turn off their location, giving Google the ability to track people's location, Google's business would be in pretty big trouble. So they're kind of vulnerable in that way. But don't be surprised if it's impossible to keep Google tracking your location, because it's something that they have to do in order to stay in business.